Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Real Thoughts with Bob Benham. I am Bob Benham, in case you didn't know that. Thank you for checking in, and I do appreciate it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it because uh, it is nice that you do check in. It surprises me to find the number of people that do check in. It's something it's you just don't expect it. With that, it's time to move on and talk about the latest stupid stuff going on. Uh, it's amazing to me that how difficult our wonderful dumb ass Democrats, Dixiecrats, because that's what they are. They're still living back in the 1800s with their slavery loving racist thoughts that they have. My goodness. Um, to fight the SAVE Act, to keep people that are not U.S. citizens from voting. Um, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Um, it's not hard to believe to do. It, this argument that they have of um, women that are married that can't get ID is the biggest lie in the world. They claim that women would have to change their birth certificates. No, they don't. That's a big lie. The only thing that a woman has to change when they get married, if they change their name when they get married, is their social security card. And that takes just a few minutes. You go down to the Social Security office, you show them your marriage certificate, and boom, it's over with. A few weeks later, maybe a few weeks later, you get a new card in the mail with your new name, and that's it. Um, it doesn't. I mean, it's. Then you go down to the BMV. You go in, you show them your marriage certificate, your new Social Security card, and you go, that's it. You go in and say, "Hey, I got married, and I need my new driver's license," and you show them that stuff, and boom, got it. How hard is that? And now you've got new ID, and then they change your voter registration card to show your new name. That's it. It's all over. Got it. Don't need to worry about it. Taken care of. And the Democrats are like, "Oh, but that's voter suppression." No, it's not. Everybody has to have ID for almost anything in this country. And it's it is so hypocritical for what they claim on this voter ID stuff. It is laughable that they are just the things they say and the claims they make. I mean, they are openly racist about it. And then they claim that the Republicans and the whatever are racist. That, ladies and gentlemen, is strictly projection. They're projecting their own feelings and own thoughts back on to the Republicans. All they're doing is expressing what is their true feelings and shoving them forward as if it's the other side's deal. That's all it is. That is all it is. Nothing nothing more, nothing less. That is it is it should be considered criminal what they're doing. Um it is straight out lies. All lies all the time. Um it's incredible what they get away with. And they've got their base so brainwashed about stuff. And when you walk up to them and hit them with facts about stuff, they literally cannot answer a question. When you hit them with a fact about something, they literally clam up and just they're like, and then walk away. They don't say anything more and just walk away. It is it is crazily, um, I don't even know what you call it. Um, I get so much I laugh at these videos that they do. There's a couple of people that are out there that do these videos of the quote unquote man on the street where they show these people doing this stuff, and it just it is just amazing at how little these people know. How little they don't. These these Democrats are clueless. They really don't know. They toe the party line, and they only know the talking points of the party. And if they stray off those talking points, they can't answer any other questions, and that's it. Anybody could ask a question of me on whatever, and I can at least give you an answer on whatever. And that's something the Democrats can't do. They can't. And it's something that's just totally just blows my mind away. I mean, just and it's just a crazy situation. Um, I don't know. There's what do you do? I mean, they're totally brainwashed. Period. Totally brainwashed. They're like a cult, and I mean, uh, back when I was younger, we had all these cults and stuff like that, and that's where that term "they drank the Kool Aid" came from, and stuff. And wow, wow, that's that's exactly what the Democrat Party has become. And I love when they say that's what the MAGA movement is, and blah blah blah. And well, I mean, it's just crazy how These people think that MAGA is a cult following Donald Trump, and that is the farthest thing from the truth. The MAGA movement is a movement that wants the United States great again, period. Th- They're, they're not loyal to Donald Trump. They just want the country great again. Um, yes, they believe in what Donald Trump says. Yes, they want Donald Trump to lead and get the job done to make the country great again because he's doing a fabulous job. He's stopped, he has stopped the invasion of this country at the southern border and northern border. He has stopped it. Period. It's ended. Um, what Joe Biden and the Democrats did for the last previous 4 years before President Trump took office. Um, what they did was criminal. It was treasonous. Period. There is no other word to describe it. It was treasonous because it was against their oath of office. Period. Um, there we there was no other excuse for it. They should be hanged for what they did or shot by a firing squad. There is no other excuse for it. No other excuse. They they opened our borders and allowed an invasion, period. They changed the basic demographic of our country in a huge way. We are never going to be the same again, ever. And that's sad. These people that aren't here to assimilate. These people are here to try to change what our nation stands for and make it to what they want it to stand for from where they came from. And that is not acceptable. Period. It's not acceptable. Especially the Muslims. Their way of life is totally the opposite of what our way of life stands for. Totally the opposite. It does not gel with our Constitution and way of life. Does not in any form whatsoever. It does not gel. And they need to be thrown out. We fought them. That was our first war way back in the day, in the 1700s, late 1700s. That was our first war. We beat them back then. And we need to get them out. There should not be one single mosque in this nation, not one, because they're not a religion. They are using that as an excuse. And I'm sorry, that is all it is, an excuse to be here. They're using our freedoms against us. And we need to say, no, that's not going to work. That's not how that's not how it works. You need to go. They're out there. Look at Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Dearborn, Michigan. They're out in the streets saying, death to America. That can't happen. And they're doing it under the guise of freedom of speech. How do you how do you do that in the country that you live in? And you're taking benefits from that very country that you're living in, and you're saying death to America. That is just absolutely 150% wrong. That's totally disgusting. That's treasonous. You should not be here. You should be gone, out of this nation. You should be on the next plane to back to wherever you came from. Your visa should be gone. You should be denaturalized and sent away if you're a citizen. If you're not, you should just be, I mean, gone. Period. And if you refuse, you should, that's it. History. Because you do not belong in this nation. We should not put up with that. This country is a Christian Judeo nation. We were founded on those type of morals and ethics, and we need to get back to that. And all this garbage of the anti-Christianity, the anti-Semitism that's going on has to stop. It is disgusting. The secularism is just, oh my goodness. I listen to this garbage and I want to just scream. There's no place for that here. No place at all. Our founding fathers are rolling over in their graves. because in this nation, 250 years, this nation has always been the beacon of the world. The light for the world. And sadly, that light is dimming out. And if that light ever goes out, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to escape to have the very freedoms and protections that we have in this nation. You are not going to be able to go anywhere to have the protections of the freedom of speech that you have here. You Democrats that are out there protesting everything like you are now, you go and try it. In Great Britain, they're arresting people left and right. You say something about anything over there, and you're going to prison. It doesn't matter what you talk about, you're going to prison. France, same thing. Denmark, same thing. Anywhere. You don't have the right to freedom of speech. You're going to jail. Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Forget that one. Every other country, you have no right to a firearm. No right. The military is the only ones that have weapons. If they want to take over and establish a um, dictatorship, whatever, forget it. They got it. And you can't stop it. You're just along for the ride. Why? Because they don't have a Second Amendment like we do here. And the only thing that might, and I hope will, stop all this crap and stop that light of this nation from dimming out is the Second Amendment. Because these idiots that are running this nation and running it into the ground in Washington, D.C., and in all these state governments, California, New York, Illinois, Washington, Oregon, these clueless bastards that are running these states, Virginia, just to name a few, they are absolutely out to lunch. They have no business running a state. And the people who elected them, where are their heads at? Oh, that's right. It's in a place where the sun doesn't shine ever. And it's so far up in that place where the sun doesn't shine that they'll never see the sun. And with the way things are going, it keeps going further up that place instead of coming out. Because I'm watching people that I know that are going further up instead of coming out. They've lost all their common sense. I just watch them and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Why would you post this type of article? Y- Do you even realize the the group that this article's coming from and what they stand for and what they're presenting? Can you even answer that? How can you support this? Obviously, they know or just don't care. It's crazy out there. It's crazy in this world. It's upsetting to watch, especially when you came from a generation where it just didn't matter when you were younger. You know, we didn't care. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager and in my 20s, you didn't care about who was gay, who wasn't, you didn't care what the color of a person's skin was. You know, you just cared about their uh, personality and stuff and character. You didn't, I mean, because that's what you were taught. And then all of a sudden, this crap of, they started shoving that crap down your throat. And now all of a sudden, the division started. And a lot of it started under Bill Clinton. Well, some of it started under Bill Clinton. But the huge division started under Barack Obama. Barack Hussein Obama, the Muslim president, who stated, "Join me as we fundamentally change America." When I heard that quote, I knew we were in trouble. When I heard that quote, I said, mm, this is not good. I said that to my late wife, and she agreed. She said, "Yep, you're right. This is not going to end well." I didn't think we were going to make it past the first term of his presidency. And then when he got reelected, I was thinking, this is not good. This could be bad, even worse during the second term, and we may not make it past that. And we did make it past that. And then all of a sudden, President Trump started running for office. I thought, this could be interesting. And then all that huge field of Republicans running, and Trump came out and said he was going to run, and everybody laughed about it. Oh, this is funny. He's going to run for president. Yeah, he ain't got no chance. We ain't worried about that. Blah, 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 blah. And then Hillary Clinton was running, and she was the anointed one from the Democrat side. And everybody was like, oh, she's a shoo-in. We don't have to worry about it. She's the next president. And she won all the primaries and was the anointed one from the Democrat side. And lo and behold, election night comes, and by 9 p.m., it was called President Donald J. Trump, the 45th president. And there was shock. Huge shock. And I remember that, and I was like, yes, this is the blessing that this country needed. Oh, yeah. I don't like his tweets when he starts in on people and this whole name calling crap and all the garbage that goes on with that. And but you know what? He gets the job done. Why? Because he's a problem solver. He's a businessman. He sees a problem and he gets it resolved. And he doesn't waste time. He sees it and he's like, okay, let's get it done. Fix it now. He doesn't wait for the bureaucrats to sit there and go, oh, but we got to do this and we got to go through this and we got all this to take care of and blah, blah, blah. He sits there and says, no, no, we're not going to do that. It gets done now. And look how much he's accomplished. There's more that he's done behind the scenes that we have no idea about. No idea. And these dumbass Democrat idiots have no idea about the kind of man he is. And in all actuality, they do know what kind of man he is because they supported him and they relied on his money for years until he decided to run for president. Every Democrat wanted his money. Oh, please donate to my campaign. Please send. Oh, yeah, if he showed up at their fundraisers, they were such buddy buddy with him. Look at all the previous pictures of the Democrats with him and smiling and happy and shaking hands and blah and all that stuff. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all the Chuck Schumer, all of them. But as soon as he came down those stairs in Trump Tower, he became their enemy. Why? Just because he announced he was running for president and he was doing it as a Republican. They went fucking crazy. They've lost their minds. And it is just, I laugh about that stuff. I laugh about it. You have to laugh about it because it's they they that's how two-faced they are. That's the hypocrisy of them. They just have no morals, but they claim the moral high ground. Um, and we need to go after that. We need to fight fire with these idiots, and nobody has. Everybody's, but we're always like, well, we don't need to really go get into that fight. We need to just kind of just let that one go. No, we don't. And President Trump hasn't. That's the thing that, yeah, he does the mean tweets or whatever, but he does not back down from a fight. He goes toe to toe with them. And that's what we need. We need somebody to go toe to toe with him. And we need to fight him just like he does. Don't back down. Another one that's not afraid to go toe to toe with them, and I I love. There's a few people that I follow that are really good. Um, Don Bongino, or I'm sorry, Dan Bongino is one, and I've followed him for years now, and he's really good about going after these morons and putting them in their place. Um, and another one that's not afraid to tackle these idiots is Megan Kelly. Um, she's a little bit. I have to. There's a few things that kind of bother me sometimes about what she says, but um, overall or generally, maybe she's kind of on point with some things. Um, but uh, and then the man that nails it, 100% of the time, he is absolute. Well, he's a genius anyway, and just he just crushes people. I mean, absolutely crushes the liberals. They have no chance against him. Zero chance. Is James Woods. He, oh my gosh, when you read what his take is, especially on X, um, he just absolutely crushes them. And he don't write a long explanation or anything. He lets the Democrats write their crap, and then he just has a like a one line response, and it's just devastating. Um, he makes a one sentence reply, and it puts them in their place, and just I mean it's incredible. Um, but those people aren't. I mean, they are in the fight, and they're very good about it. Of course, they have a team of people that help. Um, so they put up clips of things from what these idiots say. So um, I don't have that, unfortunately, to do that. I don't have the capability. Well, I have the capability, I guess, of putting clips into my videos, but I haven't. It takes a lot of effort to do that, and I'm not very good at it. I've been trying to practice doing that. I haven't figured it out yet for whatever reason. Call me a dumbass, call me whatever. I just haven't figured it out. Um, I don't. Maybe it's one of those things that medically has been confirmed that I have an issue with, and that's called sequencing. Um, I have a hard time with that. And it's an effect from my stroke that I had back in 2002. Uh, so trying to get something put together in a sequence and following a sequence um, is an issue for me. Um, so maybe that's part of the with the podcast, me going off different directions, that losing my train of thought, whatever that, or going, and who knows. But anyway, so I mean, I try to do different things. I try to work on stuff when I'm not here, uh, and try to do stuff maybe to true kind of get something that might be a little different. Um, and so far, it just hasn't come together. Um, but I'm trying, and maybe one day it will all come together, and then bingo, it will just be here. But anyway, those are the people some of the people I follow. There's others. Um, and I try to get info from them. I also follow the left, um, and get their perspective, and get their ideas of what they're saying and stuff, and and it's all the same. I swear to God, because I don't know, I have no idea who puts out their talking point for the day. I know somebody is. I just don't know who. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't know who's putting out the email or whatever uh, source is. I'm working on it. Um, but they, if, if you ever notice, there's a key phrase that comes out every day, and it's repeated by every single media source, um, and every politician all day long. Same phrase by media and politician. So that tells you right there, it's strictly a propaganda thing. It's strictly a way to uh, continue the brainwashing, continue the whole thing. And when that happens, I mean, it's crazy because you don't hear that from the Republican side whatsoever, or the conservative side, or anybody on the right. You only hear that on the left. Um, so it kind of um, makes the point. I mean, it makes it even clearer, as to what is going on. And it's funny how it's funny how um, it just makes everything click. As far as proving what the Democrats do and how they put their uh, crap out there and make it the same all the time. It is just nuts. Um. Anyway, on a sad note, it just popped up on my messages. My wife just messaged me. Um, Very sad note. Um, Chuck Norris, the famed actor and martial artist, passed away. Um, that's very sad to hear that. For quite a few of us generational people, and just many, um, many of us. Um, he was a great actor. He was a great man. Away from acting, he always stood for what was right. Um, he was a U.S. veteran, fought in the Korean War. Um, learned his Started to learn his martial arts then while in Korea, um, and continued it when he got out of Korea, out of the military. and brought it with him when he started acting and started doing martial arts in his movies and TV shows. He was well known for the TV show Walker, Texas Ranger. Um, he did, oh my gosh, countless movies. Um, it just makes me sad. I know he was in his mid 80s. Uh, I can't tell you exactly his age, but I know he was in his mid 80s. He was, uh, and you know, I can tell you this much: he was very sharp, very, um, very in shape still. Um, Still active in what he was uh, doing. Um, I'm not sure what got him. Uh, it was quick. Whatever happened, um, I know that they had said he was hospitalized a couple days ago. Um, so whatever it was quick. Sadly, or even maybe it was best, but it's sad. It's very sad that uh, he's gone. Um, he was a great man. Um, One of those that if if he was a role model for you, he was a good one to have. And it's a just a sad day in America, um, losing him. Um, Hopefully, his family will pray for his family and his loved ones. Um, I don't know. All I can say is Godspeed, Chuck Norris. He wonderful, just wonderful person, and hopefully, uh, he's in a better place. Well, we know he's in a better place just because of the man he was, and he was a great person and a great role model. Um, I know my mom loved him. Oh my gosh, anything that had him in it, she was. If he came up on the TV or a movie came out with him in it, she was there. So I have no doubt that as soon as he came to the pearly gates, she was the first one in line. Um, so yeah, um, gonna be sad that he's gone. Anyway, with that, um, thanks for checking in. I'll have much more coming. Um, there's been a couple things here that I've seen um, that and I've read that uh, um, I'm kind of wanting to go over um, and try to read some things that I've read from the left, and read them with you and kind of let you hear what they're writing and um, share with you how far how far or how just how I want to say how far it's gone to the point where it's almost to where they're mentally ill in their w- the way they think about it, things, and it's scary. That's all I'm going to say. It's scary. Um, so with that, we're going to let it go, and other than that, let's. I want to say my Columbus Blue Jackets. They're sitting in third place in the Metro Division right at the moment, after their win against the New York Rangers last night. Um, they've been on a point streak, which has been incredible, and it's been the point a career, or I should say, historical point streak for them. The team has never done this before, and we hope to keep that going. Hope to see them keep that going. Um, it's been fun to watch, um, and at least hopefully they can keep in that playoff spot. I would love to see them make the playoffs again. It's been a while. Uh, and this team has been really gelled, really playing well. It's been such fun to watch them play. Um, and oh, what else? NASCAR's been interesting. I still hate this car. Um, they need to figure something out with it. Uh, it is just the car is a nightmare. Um, they need to end the stage racing. Those two things are still, to me, the negatives of the sport. If they get those two things figured out, I would be a huge fan again. I'm glad they got the points thing figured out. Um, but once they get the car and s- get rid, they don't need to get rid of stage racing. Just leave it green. Leave it the gray screen flag. That's all I want to see. So, with that, I'm out of here. Thank you for checking in. I really appreciate it. Uh, Please be aware of your surroundings and what's going on, especially in this environment, especially with the stuff going on in Iran. That's the excuse these Muslims have been looking for to attack us here on our own soil. Don't become a victim. Be aware of what's going on, and look out for one another. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Take care. This has been Real Thoughts with Bob Benham, and I am your host, Bob Benham. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.